Itadakimasu. Very good. Today we are having some pasta, some salmon, some pumpkin, and some onions. That's right. Hey BB family, what's up and welcome back to our channel. I've gotten a lot of requests from you to do a video about homemade baby food. A lot of you are curious about what kind of baby food I make at home. Most of you probably are curious about the differences between homemade American baby food and Japanese baby food. Now I don't think I can cover all of that in one video, so what I'm going to do instead is maybe separate it into different videos. In this video I'm going to introduce the kind of baby food that I make for Olivia here at home. Here are some of the ingredients I'm going to be using today. I'm going to steam a batch of vegetables and freeze them. I'm also going to cook some fish and then freeze that. I'm also going to cook some ground meat as well and freeze that. Now I know this sounds like a lot of work, but it really only takes about an hour and a half and it saves me so much time later down the line. The first thing I'm going to do is make a very simple vegetable broth. I'm going to cut up my vegetables, cook them in a pot of boiling water, and then remove the vegetables when I think they're soft enough for Olivia. I'm gonna make sure, however, not to throw away the water in which I boiled them, because that's basically gonna be the vegetable broth. I like to use as much of the stem as possible, so I'm going to just kind of peel out or cut out the hard part and try and keep the middle. Okay, now I've got a huge pot on the stove. I'm gonna put maybe 4 or 5 cups of water in there, and I'm gonna start boiling my vegetables. I'm not gonna use any seasonings or especially no salt, and of course no pepper, because later when I mix the vegetable broth with fish or, beef, she's gonna get a little bit of the umami from that. So I think we should be okay. Okay, so you see that's boiling really nicely. When these vegetables start to get a little tender, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of the other vegetables that will cook a little bit quicker. Okay, so while the vegetables are boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the fish in the fish grill. Again, I'm not adding any salt or anything to the fish. And it looks like the salmon is ready. Ooh, yummy, yummy. That looks delicious. Now let's just chop this up. Now here's the thing about cooking with fish. First of all, for baby food, I don't use the skins. I think they're obviously really crunchy and they'd be very difficult for baby gums to handle. So I'm not gonna use the skins. The other thing, here's the big thing though about cooking with like salmon, is you have to really make sure that you remove all the bones. I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping up the vegetables that are already cooked through. I'm gonna make sure to chop them into tiny pieces that a baby can handle. This is what the broth looks like. And these are our vegetables. You see all the pieces are very small. They're easy for a baby to chew on. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and get the white fish ready. I also wanna make her something that's non-fish. So I'm gonna cook a little bit of ground beef in just a little bit of vegetable oil. I might also add some parsley or some kind of a simple herb just to, start introducing more of a variety of flavors to her. Nice. The last thing I'm gonna do is make a very small batch of miso soup. Everything is ready now. All I have to do is put everything into the freezer. I have 2 different kinds of fish. I have a little bit of ground beef, and I also have 2 different kinds of broth, basically. I have vegetable broth, and I have an actual miso soup here with a lot of tofu in it. I'm gonna transfer it to an ice tray and just freeze it as is. I will do the same with the vegetable broth. All I'm gonna do is cover these up and freeze them. And after freezing them, this is what they're going to look like. So you can just put a couple of these in a bowl and then microwave it, and you have some yummy broth. Now, I have been storing all of my solid foods in these little mayonnaise cups. You can get like 8 of them, I think, at the 100 yen shop. They come with lids, but you see the serving size is perfect for 1 portion of like carrots or 1 portion of fish. So see, it's a great size for baby food. Also, since the lid is transparent, you can see what's inside. So you don't have to label it. And the food pops out really easily after they're frozen. You can wash them and just keep reusing them. They're really nice. So all you're doing is basically cooking everything ahead of time, separating it into individual portions, freezing it, and then when you need it, you just pop it out of the freezer, you take any portion that you want, any amount that you want, and you microwave. When you go out, you can use a thermos like this. I put a couple of these cubes of broth in here. I'll take a couple of the frozen vegetables, toss them in here, and then I'll take some protein, some kind of protein like fish, and toss it in here as well. And then I'll add some like cooked rice in here. I'll close this up, and it basically keeps it cool throughout the entire day. And all I have to do when it's lunchtime is look for some hot water, add it to the thermos, stir it until everything defrosts and melts, and that's about it. Then lunch is ready. Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. Very good. How is it? How is it? Yay! Here. Olivia, you want to do the yummy dance? What's the yummy dance? You do the yummy dance. Yummy, yummy.